everyone, I am coming on to do a quick tutorial of Erica's 3D chocolate gift box, and you can find her website at scrapdiva.com. You can hashtag her Scrapdiva Designs both on Instagram and YouTube. On this particular one, I'm just going to do a quick tutorial. I am going to show you the pieces I'm using. You need 2 of these. This is the box to create the box, and you would create it pretty much like this. Just easy peasy. This is the layering piece that goes on top of the box, and that's this piece. And I'm going to use acetate, so I cut one of these plastic pieces out to use, and that's what I'm going to basically show you, is how I cut the hole out so it matches. This is the file folder that I use. It's just the plastic stuff that you know kids use at the beginning of school year, but I really like it. I have a whole bunch somebody gave me, and I didn't know what else to do with it, and that's what I started using it for. So you need one of these, or 2 if you're going to use 2, because you can create it so where it matches up on both sides. Or you need 2 of these for the top and bottom if you're not using this, and this is the piece for the top or the bottom or both. So those are the ones that I've chose to use. This is the layering pieces for those. They have a long one, and the one that fits the top, and the one that fits right here. I am not going to layer those for this video, so I'm just going to set those aside because I have cut everything out. And this is the piece that we are going to be working on. This is also a layering piece too. You can cut this out a foil or any other color. It's just a scallop edge, and it's really pretty. I use it usually all the time, but I'm leaving my options open. I just want to make a quick video on how I do this. I have asked how I keep my pieces together and centered, and I'll show you how. This is my layering piece. Oops, I don't need this piece. This is my layering piece. So what I do is I glue it. I usually, because I'm left-handed, I guess I just always kind of design this way. So I think I'm going to put it this way because I'm going to decorate it up. I tend to put the folded side near me, this being the top, this being the bottom. That way, I don't know, you can't see the seams. You see them over here. I don't know, maybe being left-handed is the reason why, I don't know, but that's how I do it. So I am going to use Barely Art glue, and I'm just going to glue the edges to the box, and kind of in the middle where I think this piece won't cut out. And you know, if it does, it's no problem. It's just it takes a little bit more time to do. So I'm gonna probably put flowers on this side, so I am going to put the greenery more on, and of course on camera nothing works out right. This just stuck too fast, so hold on. I want it neat and pretty, so there we go. Okay, and then what I do is I put this layering piece on top of it after I've glued it on, and I use washi tape to hold it into place. And if you want, when you do the layering piece, because if you cut out this piece also, and you want to make a shaker, which I have, that gets a little trickier, but right now this isn't so tricky. I do try to that's the hardest thing I have, is to center it up when I do make a shaker box. But on this particular one, I'm not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through the die cutting machine. And I do it 2 or 3 times just to make sure it cuts. So I'll probably shake you because I'm doing this on the table. I don't think you'll mind too much. Gives you some excitement, right? But let's see. And if it doesn't cut all the way through, it will the top layer. Sometimes you'll just have to finagle with the bottom layer, but it looks like on this one it did cut through both layers. So we're done with this piece. I didn't want it to rip in two, but it looks like that's what's going to happen. All right, and here's the pieces. Now you can save them and use them, or do whatever you need to. But see, this one here glued just a little bit in, but that's okay. So now that we're done with that, I am going to glue my acetate, and my acetate will fit just inside the box. And I am going to glue it before, I'm going to glue these down, this one down first before I glue the acetate. So that's what I'm going to do. And I usually do it this way. So this is going to be the front of my box. So this needs to be on this side, and this needs to be on this side. And as you can see, Barely Art glue it really gets the job done quick. So I match it up this way just so I can get the alignment done. And then I fold it just to make sure that it's folded in the right place. And I'm folding the flap towards the back so I can put Velcro on the back. This particular one, I do cut off the tabs, which I will do now so I don't forget, because I glue it on the inside, because I am going to put a candy bar in there, and I don't want it to come out. So that is why I cut them out. I just glue it in, and it's just easier to glue without the tabs. So here we go. And see, that's just a little out, so I just pinch it a little in, and there you go. So all right, now I'm going to glue the acetate in, and I will glue that with Barely Art glue. And you want to make sure that you get the right side up. Of course, I just feel for the little score, or the little stitch lines, and if they're raised, then I know I have the right side up. You could do it on this too, but I just want the edges glued because I know that this will glue towards the edge. And I put it on last so you don't really see the tab lines. Oh, I should have glued this on first. Hold on just a moment. Let's get this glued on first. Okay. So I'm just going to set this out for a minute, and then I will glue the side in. Actually, it goes this way. Oh, I cut the wrong tab off. All right. Okay, I'm going to do it the same way. I'm going to just go like this, just to make sure it connects up. And it does. All right. Perfect. Okay, so then we'll go back and we'll do the acetate again. Like I said, you can do it on these lines too, just to make sure it holds, but yeah. And the reason why I do it this way, I forgot, I don't know. I'm just not thinking because I'm on the camera, but I do it because I want to hold it. I want this acetate to hold it to the paper, and I think it would be easier to do it this way than trying to reglue, sandwich the paper, two papers on the acetate. So that's why I did that. So now that I cut that one flap off, I'm going to have to cut this flap off, which is no big deal. You really don't need the flaps on this particular one because you're using Velcro to hold it down. So, and there you go. Now, how I do the inside is I just fold that and then I bring the box over like that. I'm going to get glue on here. And then I'm going to fold it over and I'm going to move the box so it's fairly on the edge and it's on the edge right. There you go. All right, see how easy that was? And then you have your box. All right, perfect. So now all we have to do is glue this tab in, which is really easy. You just take your glue and you glue it in. I have this that I use because it reaches all the way in the box. And I'm going to set the box up. And I'm just going to crease it. You want to make sure the box is really square. And I'm going to go inside. And I'm going to pat it down. Like that. Now normally you can line the inside of the box also, which I do normally do if I'm not using, when I'm using clear acetate. But I figured because I'm just using this green acetate, it didn't really matter. So there you go. Here's your box. And then I'm going to decorate it. And you'll probably see it in a swap. All right, there you go. Easy peasy little tutorial. And if you have any questions, of course, you can ask me. And may God bless your day. Bye.